those winds, even though, Brianna, the winds have died down, the wind is just taking these embers from the tree. They're all over the block, and they are moving to other houses, and you see new fires being created from these embers. This house is gone. I mean, just look, all these houses are gone here. There's a fire crew here. I was talking to the captain earlier. They ran out of water here on this street about 30 minutes ago. They went, they hooked up the hydrants, they turned them on, the water ran out. So now they're just moving on to another area. What they did when they don't have water is they try to create defensive perimeters around houses that they think they can save. And those houses are houses that don't have a lot of bushes, hedges, plantings in front of them or around them. Or if it does, they try to rip. They've spent like the last hour just trying to clear debris from houses to try to maybe save it. But it's a matter of luck or misfortune where these embers land, where these the flames hop. This area over here, I want to show you. I mean, this house is completely gone. We've watched this entire house burn down. The house next door, the car that you see over here, we watched that. The flames jumped from the house onto the car. There was a small explosion as the gas canister blew. But look, Brianna. See, there's two houses on fire. The third house down now, the roof has caught fire. The fire captain was telling me they watch for the attics. Once you see smoke billowing out of the attic, and the attic is on fire, that house may be a lost cause. But it's like this. I mean, it's not just on this block. We just drove to Altadena, and just happened upon this block, got out, and I imagine it is like that. And you hear these explosions. There was an explosion that I caught. I put it on Instagram about 20 minutes ago from a house right down there. Just heard an explosion, and that is, gas canisters, propane tanks go off. So you hear these steady booms off in the distance, or sometimes uncomfortably close. But look, see, that's the crew I was talking to before. They've now moved down. They're scoping out. Let's walk over. They're looking at these houses. I'm assuming if they're going to stop here, maybe they would have decided these are defensible houses, and they're going to try to do what they can. There was a woman who lives in that house, that second house down there, about 5 minutes ago. We saw her on her lawn, and she looked very confused. And I mean, I'm no expert, but I said to her, I think you should leave. And she did. She had actually come back to just get some stuff. But when this house exploded, and it was quite loud, I think that freaked her out and made her realize maybe she should get out. Anyway, she got in her vehicle. She got her cat. She's gone. But it looks like this fire truck now, it looks like they're just going somewhere else. It's an extraordinary thing. 30 minutes from here in Hollywood or West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, there's coffee shops open, and you can see smoke in the air. You get in your car, you come here. These areas are blocked off, but it's so close to where regular life is continuing. And for the people on this block, their lives now are forever changed. Look, this fire is now spreading down this block. We've been watching this. Here's what happened on this block. This house was on flames. Let's walk over here. There's a down cable line, so we just want to be careful about that. Let's go around it. Okay, so now the house next door caught. This tree exploded into flames. You can see up in the palm trees now, those embers made those trees go on fire. I don't know if you can see through the smoke. Behind the palm trees, there are now these very tall vertical trees. I don't know much about shrubbery. I don't know what they're called, but they're huge, tall trees. They are now just like flames shooting up into the air. This second house now, I mean, that is just gone. That car, I believe that's the explosion we heard a short time ago that I recorded. But now look, it's spread down. This is new. Yeah, we've been watching. It then spreads from these trees. Look at all these embers. Just, I don't know if you can pan up, but look at all these embers just flying up. You see them in the smoke. All of that. The winds are have died down here, but those can just get picked up by winds for miles, and they can go for miles and light down, fall on somebody's roof, and a whole new fire will pop up. So this house is gone. This house is now underway. The The left side of this house is ignited, and also now the house nearby it. But literally, I mean, these embers are like snowflakes. They're falling all around us. The sun, I mean, this is what's so crazy. If you can't even see the sun. It is completely blacked out. I mean, you can't even see this house, but inside that smoke is another house. It is sandwiched between two houses, completely ablaze. There's no way that house is going to survive. And then just down the block, you see smoke, but you don't see fires. But there's a lot of houses which have already been destroyed down there. But this is very active. This is recently caught. I mean, this is now completely engulfed. Okay. Yeah. And now you see it. Now this house, which was relatively untouched, now this house is being destroyed. The fact that the crew here left, there was no water coming out of the hydrants. Obviously, that's a huge concern, as you guys have been reporting in the Palisades. That's been a real issue through the night. There was more of a gravity issue in terms of the way water is actually able to get pumped up through hydrants into the hills. I'm not sure what the issue down here is, if it's the same issue. They do obviously have water tanks that they try to bring to a number of locations, but I haven't seen any in this area, and there weren't any for the crew that was right here trying to do what they can. And it's really tough for these firefighters. I mean, they want to save everything. They want to stop this thing, but there's only so much you can do. Authorities have put out no, actually, I mean, look, we're actually on the side of the street. That's what's so surreal. I mean, that side of the street, it's blazing hot. This side of the street, it's cool. No house is on fire. There's a firefighter right over there. This is you can operate in this area. We obviously wouldn't be here if we would get out. We have been in this location for about an hour, just watching I mean, it is a sickening thing to watch the strategy of the fire, if you will. Not that it has thought, but how it jumps from one house to another. It jumps into the trees, and then the embers move. You literally see it happening in real time. And I mean, for homeowners who are watching this, it's just devastating. Now, potential issue, which we may move, I think we're going to move now, because this car, let's walk over here a little bit. This car from this house, I can see the trunk is now caught on fire. So if that car so look, you can see the back tires are aflame. So it's very possible there'll be some sort of ignition from the gas. So we'll move a little bit more over here. These cars have already exploded, but it's so strange. I mean, there's cars parked on the street that have not been touched, and hopefully won't be. But yeah, it's the size of this is obviously something that look, people in Los Angeles, in this area, they're used to fires. They've seen this before. This is something that they have not seen. It may be, I don't know, we'll have to look at the historical records, but it is certainly up there with some of the worst fires. And the fact that there are, there's this fire, there's obviously the Palisades, which is the larger fire. I mean, this was called the smaller fire, and in terms of damage so far, it probably is. There's, I believe, 1,000 structures, they've said, in the Palisades. I don't know at this point what the count is, and frankly, any count that authorities give you, as you see, I mean, it's changing by the minute at the whim of these flames and the whim of these embers.
Anderson,
Wow.
This is Boris Sanchez. I'm just kind of concerned for your safety. I mean, these are very serious images behind you, and you are very close to flames. You spoke about sort of the process of getting to where.
Then. Let's go over here.
Yeah, you spoke about the process of getting to where you are and how eerie it was, that it seemed like life was just going by like another day not far from where you are. And we'd spoken to residents not far from where you are now who discussed difficulty that they had in getting out. I do wonder, is there a safe passage of egress from where you are? Would you be able to get out safely? Would residents, like that woman that you spoke to, be able to get out without issue?
Yeah. Yes, there are streets I mean, the fire is spreading in a certain direction. So there are streets. We have a lot of people who are watching this. We obviously have teams who are very experienced in this. I do not include myself in that, but we have much smarter people around me. But there are ways to get in and out. Yes, there are, in answer to your question. So, this is obviously, there's police here, there's fire personnel here. And this actually, it's strange to say, this corner is now better than it was in terms of safety for anybody on it than it was 30 minutes ago. That location, even that location where we were 5 minutes ago, that's a much less safe location now, just in the last few seconds, because now the winds have picked up and that whole area is just completely blackened. And you can hear that crackling.